Hi lovelies, welcome. So glad you could be with me today. We're going to look at Abby and Libby's case, the young girls who were brutally murdered in India and Delphi in 2017. I'm sure a lot of people have heard about this case. I have done spirit sessions and tarot readings in the past about Abby and Libby, and the killer has still not been found. There's been a lot of speculation circling around about who it could be. That has done this to these girls, and no leads, no new leads as far as we're aware. So we're going to have a look, okay, just basically at my my Divine Crime Oracle that I created, and just some of the tarot. We're going to do a check-in today just to see what comes up, okay. So these are my new cards. There's 144. They weren't initially for sale, but I've now put them up on my website because I've had a few people requesting to buy them, so they are now for sale for those who are interested in buying them. Okay, so I've got two separate sections because this one is all about the directions, the distance, and it could be time frames, things like that. I like to pull them out separately only because when more, if you're shuffling them all together and more than one comes out, it can be quite confusing, so I like to do it separately. So we're going to have a look at the storyline, okay, of Abby and Libby. Thanks for being here, guys, and thanks for your support. I know everybody's got their own ideas, and I love listening to you all and hearing, just reading what you have to say and what your thoughts are on this. Extremely devastating what happened to these young girls. They were only 13, 14. I think that's how old they were. Very young girls. Alright, let's have a look. So Abby and Libby, please, can we have a bit of a storyline just to start with, please, Spirit? Just cleansing my energy. Thank you. Abby and Libby, can we please have an idea? Ace of Pentacles is the tree, okay, so it's just going to keep reading because I read my tarot differently in my true crime, missing persons, unsolved cases, okay? I read them very differently. Just let me get these back in because I didn't put an intention. There's too many of them. I like to look at the cards and what they have to show in the pictures because it can kind of help us with an environment as well. Abby and Libby, please. So we've got the Three of Wands. Could be someone who lives far away. Okay, who might have been a local but has now moved away. Could have moved overseas, could have moved interstate, might be living near the ocean, might own a cat. It's just, it doesn't have to be, but yeah, it's just interesting these things are coming through. Could be somebody who looks like that, okay? Could be someone who's got brown hair and a beard. I know it sounds weird, guys, but just bear with me, okay? And we've got the Chariot, so there's a vehicle. So this person, and there's a baby here too. I know some people were saying one of them might have been pregnant. I'm not sure about that. But it is representing travel and it is a vehicle. So I do feel like this person might travel back and forth through the place. There might have been someone who lived out of town and were traveling to work. They might have been there for work. Just because the dollar's there, the money's there. We've also got this here too, which is the Seven of Wands. Someone with a family. This man's got a family. That's what I've always felt, is that he's either married, he could be married with children, which is interesting because Garrett Kurtz, that came up as a POI, and I found that quite interesting how he seemed to fit into the profile with a lot of things, regarding the motives, etc., and him being in the area perhaps around that time, and he knows the girls, like he knew Libby, or Libby's cousin, so he has kind of some connection there. So this is not saying this is exactly correct, could be wrong, but it could also be an accomplice. Someone else might know, okay, what happened. It might be more than one person involved. Might have been one that did the killing and then another one. But it's funny because I've always felt that there's been two guys involved. We've got the 10 of Pentacles. Yeah, this is a family man. Look at that. 10 of Pentacles is the family home. It's tradition. It's the legacy. Someone might own cats and dogs and might live out in farmland. Animals on the property. Definitely dogs on the property. This person's got dogs. And there's brown hair and a beard again. So this person could have a beard right now. Oh, gosh. And then we got the King of Chalices. So, yeah, once again, facial hair. Very interesting, isn't it? The King of Chalices is like usually a loving father. You know, it's a fatherly energy. Someone can be very generous in their community with their loved ones. So this could be somebody, if we're not looking at Garrett, okay, just let me read it how it is. If it's not Garrett, it could definitely be somebody who, and I know I've said this all along in other tarot readings, is he gets out in the community, you wouldn't know it, he's just a family guy. And you would not know it looking at him. Yeah, it could be the person that you have at your barbecue as a family gathering, you know, and he's there standing there beside you and you wouldn't know it. Because he's two people, he's got two minds, this guy. So there's the King of Wands, there's the other male. So there's two kings here, two males. Look at that, dark hair, beard. They don't have to have they don't have to have it, okay? Don't go jumping down my throat or anything, but it's just interesting how that's showing that as well. So yeah, it's interesting. And then we've got the grief, okay? The grief here as well from the mum. This is out in the wooded area when they were found. And temperance. And it's interesting because I think at one point in another reading I did with them, it did show that one of the guys knows the girls and has some weird fucked up thing, right, where on one hand there's quite a callous nature and then on the other hand there's this remorse. And it could have been remorse for one of the girls or just, you know how when they cover up a victim, usually that represents there's some kind of remorse or that they knew the victim. And I think one of the girls or both might have been covered. Excuse me. As far as I remember from the details, I think the girls were covered up with sticks or something, which can represent also that they hold some guilt or some kind of thing like that. Or there's been trauma and grief in this person's life, okay? We've got Temperance card. Yeah, healing is needed. So this person is emotionally... can get very angry, very volatile, very quick temper, but has had pain in his past. I'm seeing some dysfunction in the family, in the past. There's some effed up thing around the girls. It might have been a rejection. Who knows what that is, but there's something that's, yeah, it's really, really weird. So that's why I'm wondering if there's two people too, because it's like two energies I'm reading. So the devil... this is somebody who's hiding behind the scenes. Look at these trees, man. This is scary. Like, because some of the trees look like that out there too. So it's almost like when he looks at himself in the mirror, he sees a devil. Like, he doesn't see himself as a good person. He knows he's not a good person. Okay. And this can be a Scorpio, Cancer, what am I seeing here? Leo, Sagittarius or Capricorn. And we've also got another earth sign. Okay, it could be Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. There's the young girl. And this little gnome here with a beard. So the guy could definitely have a beard. And we've got the three women with the Wheel of Fortune. Wow. 9 of Pentacles. Shh. There was a secret. I'm telling you, there's a cover-up. There's a secret around the girls. There's a secret. What's this one? The Queen of Pentacles. There's a woman, she knows. It's probably his wife. I think that came up in the last tarot reading somewhere. There would have been, well, I don't know. I know there was a wife that was mentioned. I have to remember, because when I channel, I can't remember everything that comes through, and it was a while ago that I did those readings, so I have to check it out. But even so, since I've done those tarot readings, someone's come into some knowledge. There's a woman there. She may know the full facts, or she might just suspect it. But whatever it is, she knows, and she's keeping hush-hush about it. Yeah, she's in two minds. Look at that, about coming forward and saying something. She knows. And people know, like they know, okay, when there's certain clues given out by the police, they know that if their loved one or husband or whatever has, they just have an instinct, okay? Females especially have instinct. That's a storm in the background here. And they just seem to know when someone around them has changed, okay, with their appearance or their behaviours, whatever it might be. So she's in two minds. Yeah, she's in two minds about doing the right thing and bringing in judgment, okay, about this, bringing in which usually after judgment comes the justice. Not in order in the tarot, by the way, but just how I'm reading it. Strength. Yeah, she's trying to be strong here. Interesting. She's trying to keep up. She might be the face, like keeping up a face, like a strong, brave face, okay? And Page of Swords, immature energy. So it could be a son, okay? Page could be a young boy. Because I know that there was like a father-son kind of energy, weird energy that came up in some of the readings here too. So could it be that there is a father-son connection still? Gosh, the Hanged Man here could literally represent someone that could, you know, suicide in that way, but I don't really feel that. I feel like, if anything, this is just them hanging around waiting. They're not doing anything, you know. They're just, I feel like these people, very callous, very narcissistic. And Seven of Swords is the secrets hiding away. And so there's a little dog there as well. Someone could own a little dog. Could be Leo, once again, an energy, Pisces coming through, Gemini. And we've got the tree. So the tree there, the Fool. Okay, and we've got the Four of Pentacles here as well. So someone who lives among the green, because there's so much green here, there's so much about trees and the forest and acreage here as well. I feel like this person does live on a farm. I get that idea. I get that feeling. It's definitely, I feel like it's so weird because before it's saying someone far away, but I feel like they were local. They know the place very, very, very well. They might even live around that area, right near the bridge, but I feel like it's either them going away on long holidays, and I feel like a coming and going back and forth constantly, and it could be like every few months they're there, then they leave, then they come back. Like, it's just a weird feeling with this one. So it could have been that they left and they just, like, you know, they're lying low for a while and then they've come back, and so it could have been someone that moved away and then came back. Because that's interesting, yeah, because I do remember in one of the last tarot readings it did show that there was a family man and he was thinking about moving, relocating. So that's interesting. So maybe they have relocated, maybe they still have family ties in Delphi or around that area, and that brings them back. Because if they've got children and family, then that would make sense as well, especially if he's an older guy and has grandchildren. So, you know, there's a baby here, so it could be grandchildren as well if he's older. Oh, so weird. Okay, let's have a look at this crime oracle, please, regarding Abby and Libby, please, Spirit. Well, what's going on here? Hang on a minute. I need to put an intention in these cards. Okay, I need to put an intention in. Thank you, Spirit. Abby and Libby, can you tell us more about this, please? Look at that. Pickup truck ute. So someone might have or own one of these cars now or then, okay? It could have been used then. Which is interesting. For farmland, a lot of these people have utes and stuff. Strangulation, and we've also got mental illness, stress, fragmented, breakdown. Very interesting. We don't know the cause of death, but I do feel like one of the girls was strangled, if not both. And this person, this guy, has a mental illness. And that doesn't make it excused, of course, what he's done, but he's not right in the head. And I've always seen that. Like it's like he's two people. He might even be schizophrenic. One of the spirit sessions said like he has a schizophrenic mind. He's like an alien mind, really effed up in the head. Medium length hair, because males can have medium length hair, so even though it's a female in there, it could even be a female with medium length hair. Okay, take it as it resonates, but I'm more looking at the perpetrator at this stage. So he might have grown his hair out, and we've got long hair. This is interesting. So this is two different things, isn't it? So you could look at it both ways. You could see, okay, maybe this person had long hair and now they've cut it down to medium length hair. Or you could see it as there's two people. One's got long hair and one's got medium length hair. One could be a female too, meaning the wife, you know, if there is a wife. Unknown to police, not in the system, clean record. Now that's interesting. This could be, as we've always said, a law, like law enforcement. Some people have always believed that this is a big cover-up and that it's high up. And what it means by unknown to police, meaning that they're not a criminal. Well, they are, but in terms of on the databases, okay, not seen as a criminal, not in the system as a criminal, has a clean record, goes to church, has a religion, has a faith, keeps up the face, okay, keeps up a good face to the public, could even be someone who, well, I don't get the idea that they're a church, like a priest or anything like that, but this is interesting, a church is coming up. Jealousy issues and personal. So this person might have known the girls. All right, there's jealousy issues. An accident. See, this is what I mean. I explained this once to someone else. Okay, I had a bit of a rant in my last video. There's 144 cards in here. Some stuff's going to fly out that may not be relevant at all. We might not understand what the hell it's talking about. It doesn't mean it's not relevant, but we just don't know what it means. It doesn't make sense right now, okay? I try to make sense of it, obviously, in my readings. Could it mean that this man has had an accident? He might be limping, okay? He might have his arm in a sling right now. It's not, I don't believe it's saying that what he did to the girls was an accident. Of course not. I feel like this means that he's either been in an accident, could have been a car accident. There's some injury. There's some injury there. We've got January. So this could be this year right now, could be about next year that something comes up. Maybe he had an accident in January. Whatever year, we don't know. We've got misadventure and lost. I don't know what that means. Okay, I'm going to be honest. I don't know what that means. Obviously, the girls did not become lost. I don't believe they became lost in like the High Monarch Bridge area. We've got a group fight. And we've also got 2 to 4 people, small intimate group coming up right next to that. So there's people that know that are fighting about this. A small intimate group. Okay, it could be a drug connection. There's something about this. Could be that one of the people go missing and it's classified as misadventure. I shouldn't be laughing, but you know, sometimes police and different people make people get lost. You know what I mean? They make them disappear. And I think that could be happening here. Could even be someone in the group that has a fight makes someone else disappear. And no one knows, you know, that they're responsible. Hitchhiking picked up. I don't know what this is about. Hang on. We're asking about Abby and Libby's spirit, please. Yeah, I think this person looks out for people who are hitchhiking. I think that this man or men actually look for their victims. And there's intoxication, drinking, drunk, alcohol. Okay, so this person's a drinker. They get drunk. They might have an alcoholic problem. You know, they're an alcoholic. June is an interesting month here. What else can you tell me, Spirit? Female victim. There we are. That is Abby and Libby. Because there could be more too. There might be other females that this guy has killed. I mean, he might have picked up somebody, and the other victims might be classified as someone just getting lost. You know, it's misadventure when really this person's murdered them. There's a truck here as well. Okay, so there's something significant about a truck. Does he work around trucks? Is he a truck driver? Something about a truck significant. I feel like he does drive trucks. Suffocation's coming up here as well. One of the girls might have suffocated. Wow, okay. Uniform, impersonation, corruption, false. So this could be someone who, oh my God, this makes so much sense. So many of us have analysed the video footage on the bridge and also just photographs, you know, the still frame. And we've always thought that, well, a lot of people have thought that he's impersonating a police officer or a security guard, or maybe he is in law enforcement, but he's, you know, there's some kind of disguise going on. Whatever it is, there's definitely, it looks like he was trying to trick the girls into thinking that he, you know, was of authority. But I think in some ways he is. I think he is used to being in authority. Look at that. Shit. Known to the victim. Look at that. Known. To one of the girls, if not both, he's known to them. Or to Abby or Libby. Okay, he's known. He knows them. He might even know the family. Yeah, look at that. Social drinks gathering. So he's known them through this, maybe with family. Or it's through one of the young, like the young one who knows the girls. Maybe there was alcohol and drinking. And the father might have come in and helped cover it up. I'm not sure exactly, guys. There's so many different things coming through, but this is very interesting that we've got alcohol, drunk. It could be that this person knows the girls through young guys here, or young guys they might have been around, like had known around their age, or actually I feel like they're older guys than the girls, but they're still young, like they might have been 18, 19, anywhere between 17 and 19. There's one or two, even a small group of young guys, and I feel like the killer is linked to the young guy. Natural causes. See, this is what I mean. What the fuck does that mean? You know, people are gonna, you know. Oh shit. Seriously, this chick jumped on my page and she was just a rude, you know what. And I mean, these come up and you're like, what the hell does make sense? Yeah, of course it doesn't make sense to the case we know. But what does this mean? We don't know. Maybe the guy, the killer, dies of natural causes, you know. We've got to just leave our minds open to what it could mean. A bicycle. So this guy or one of the guys took off on a bike down the track, okay, on the Mon on High Bridge area. Makes sense because, well, I think it would make sense because then he would be undetected. He could get out faster than, you know, having to go all the way back across the bridge. And it's a long bridge, and also have people, what am I saying? You know, with the risk of running into other people walking on that bridge that day, seeing him, maybe with blood on his shirt or whatever he might have used as a weapon. There's, you know what I mean? There was just too much time, and it was also a very short time that this guy did this. So I think a bicycle makes a lot of sense to leave the scene in as well. So we've got betrayal. And we've also got taxi, public transport. So it makes me wonder if someone did catch public transport as well. Might have ditched the bike, caught a public, you know, taxi or whatever. Who knows? To you know, run away. Because this person, look at that, thugs, dealers, criminals as well. And ran over, hit and run, hit by a vehicle. So it wouldn't be surprising to me if this person or one of the guys, because they're criminals. It doesn't surprise me if they've killed more than one person in their life. Just the way that Abby and Libby were killed, it seemed very personal, felt very targeted, but at the same time, I feel like this person has it in them to kill others. I wouldn't be surprised if they're a serial killer. I really am not surprised. And have possibly killed other people. bushland, forest. Look at that. That's the area of the Monon Bridge. Okay, right there. Is there anything else you can tell us, please, Spirit? Goodness me. Just let me... Yeah, they're all coming out at once. Is there anything else you can tell me, please, Spirit? About Abby and Libby's case. Oh, holy shit. A devil in disguise. Did we see the devil card come up? A trickster, manipulator hiding in the shadows. Someone who's broken and entered. I'm telling you, this person knows how to, like, they're either like a criminal who's used to doing this, or they know how to act like a criminal, like a police officer. Okay, very interesting. There's the river and the creek right there. So let me just shuffle on some more, and then I'll let this, because when you start shuffling on all of them, they can become confusing because, you know, they can contradict as well. And some of these things might come out in future. This person might be doing this right now, you know. We don't really know. We don't really know. All right, let me have a look. Anything else we can learn about Abby and Libby, please, Spirit? Oh, God, this person's a smoker. And look what's just come up. This is creepy. Old abandoned barn shed isolated. So he either has this on his property, an old shed, okay, maybe even looks like that. An old abandoned shed. He's a smoker, which makes sense with that raspy, gravelly voice I hear him with. And also, this is farmland as well. Looks like farmland. And this one, look at that, stalker, waiting, watching, stalking. So he definitely stalked the girls. Even if it wasn't a random, like a random thing where there's an impulse and opportunistic thing going on here. Either way, whether it was planned or not, he was stalking them. He was stalking them. Anything else, please? Oh my God, it tells you. Look at that. It's telling us it was planned, and I've always felt that. I've always felt that this was a planned event. Look at the train tracks. Is there train tracks near there? I don't even know, but look at the landscape. My God. So he might live near train tracks. There might be train tracks. Oh, what the... Oh, God, I was just going to swear. What the hell am I going on about? I'm such a dill. The Monon High Bridge Trail was all about trains, wasn't it? Am I going crazy? Far out. Like, oh, God. Silly, silly me. So anyway, this is showing that this was definitely planned by this person or persons, okay? He was stalking them, and I don't know what buried is, so there might be some evidence that he's buried, or there might be another victim he's buried. Yeah, he might have half buried the girls, like if he's put them under sticks and that anyway. Look at that. New identity, don't want to be found, fresh start, new life. What did I say? I feel like he's moved away. It feels like he is or was a local. He's moved away, but he comes back and forth because family's there. That's what I see. So I don't, you know, it was funny. It was so interesting putting Garrett in that box of, okay, he's done it. It seems so right that he would do it. Who's to say he doesn't have insight or any kind of, I mean, he might be responsible to a degree. Who knows? He might even, what am I saying here? He might know the people who did it. Because I don't feel like it was just one person that did this. I just don't get that idea. I feel like others know or were involved somehow, indirectly even. They might have had information after the fact. They might have helped, you know, burn or bury or get rid of evidence. There's other people in this, I'm telling you, who do have knowledge on this. This is interesting. It's come up as solved evidence in September. So this could still be solved, hopefully. I've always thought that, you know, with the way things have gone, it might be a cold case. But it's interesting that it's saying that it could definitely be solved, through evidence, either this September or September another time, whenever it might be. Can we get an idea, please, Spirit? I just want to get an idea. I'm getting told to shuffle one more. Wow. Oh, shit, look at that. Gunshot shooting. Now, I don't know if they were shot or anything like that, but... And this card's come up. Look, justice. He owns a gun. Whoever it is owns a gun, okay? And it's an illegal gun too. So it could be a sawn-off shotgun, or I don't know why I'm saying that, but I don't know what's going on. It feels like it's been altered in some way. So let's have a look then. What can you tell us about the perpetrator, please? Will he be caught? When? Where is he? What direction? That kind of thing from Delphi. Hang on, I'll do it again. Yeah, it does want to come out, doesn't it? Northwest of Delphi. I don't know where that is. We've got southwest, and this is what I'm talking about, contradictions. So he might live in two different places. He might be in one place where there's northwest of Delphi, and then goes to another place southwest of Delphi. 110 to 160 kilometers and crossing borders. Okay, so it's crossing a border. So some of you will know what that means, crossing state lines. No, I wouldn't want to pick out anymore because otherwise it's going to get very confusing, I think. Yeah, that's just giving us an idea as to where he might live or where he is, yeah. Okay, so we're going to see, what does the northwest mean, please, Spirit? What does northwest mean for this perpetrator of Delphi? Northwest of Delphi. Going to get another card on that. Yeah, it's work. I think it's work related. It could be somewhere that, yeah, I think it's work related. It's probably something he's not that passionate about. He's just in it, maybe just to hide away in a job. Could be somewhere that he works outdoors. Yeah, it's just very quick travel for him. So I know that doesn't sound like quick travel, but he might even fly there. He might even take a short flight there. Let's see, what's southwest for him? What was that? Where is it? Did it come through? What's southwest for the perpetrator, please, of Delphi? Oh, there is something there. Where is it? Is there? I swear I saw something. Maybe I'm dreaming. I swear I saw it. Alright. Southwest for the perpetrator, please. Abby and Libby's. Yeah, it's where he hides out. Secrets. Yeah. Oh my god, this is interesting too, because this looks like a workplace here. It's all about work. Maybe he's got two jobs. Something he really stays hidden in here. He hides away in this area. Yeah, he could be busy working in two jobs and goes back and forth. And travels for work. This is something he's emotionally invested in, whatever this is. He's working secretly in this, like he's kind of hiding away, maybe putting his head down, just working hard. Could be a monotonous job, could be factory work, whatever it is. Yeah, he could be a driver, a delivery driver, back and forth. Travel, this is travel on the road. So definitely back and forth, fast travel back and forth. It's interesting, isn't it? Yeah, Three of Pentacles is work. It's definitely work-based. So it doesn't really tell me if he's living in Delphi, but I think he's around the outskirts of Delphi, but I still feel he's got a very strong link to Delphi, like family there. So, you know, it could be that he's not in one space all the time. He's got this burden, he's carrying this burden, so I feel like he's constantly moving around. Back and forth, back and forth. He's not staying in one place too long, and he's anxious. He's got anxiety around it. So he's probably looking over his shoulder all the time, which is interesting because I wouldn't have thought so. I would have thought he's just blasé, doesn't care, you know, it's just typical narc. But I think there is anxiety, you know, that things will catch up on him. Or because he might think too, also people know about it. Are they going to say something? He could work on boats as well, boats out on the water. Yeah, I didn't get anything with that one, but that's coming out. Ace of Wands. It's interesting, we've got the fruit harvest, so he could work on farms with fruit and vegetables. Well, it could be anything. It's kind of hard to pinpoint it all in one go here. But there's the Six of Wands, so it could be that he is known in the community as well. There's like a, you know, a girl, husband and wife kind of thing. It looks like they're like a couple. So he might have to just be someone who's seen as a hardworking family guy who only, you know, makes appearances in the community or to his local community with his wife when he has to, you know, puts on a face. And yeah, it's really weird, isn't it? It's really weird. But that's all I got today. I'm pretty tired now, guys. So let me know if it's giving you any more insight or if it's any new kind of insight that's come through, or if it's kind of along the lines of what you've been thinking. Let me know, guys, because I know a lot of time has gone past since the last readings were done, and I don't even know, I don't even follow the group, so I've got no idea if there's any new stuff that's come up. I know there was some guy, I think, that was just recently arrested for something, and I can't remember it, I don't even know fully all the details, but they think he might have been the guy that's behind it all. But anyway, guys, let me know, and I look forward to connecting with you next time, guys. Love and blessings.